It's been 3 years in the making, with the thoughts and opinions of more than 40,000 people. Conducted by Gallup, the most respected polling organization in the world, and in collaboration with the John S. and James L. Knight Foundation. All with one single purpose: to understand what makes people love where they live and why it matters. This is the soul of the community.
The Soul of the Community is a project that we undertook with the Gallup organization to see if you could discover what attaches people to the place that they live. We learned a number of things that were really very, very surprising. And those drivers of attachment were consistent across these 26 communities.
There were 3 major drivers that are most important to creating an emotional bond between a person and their community.
So the 3 things that drive attachment are social offerings, aesthetics, and the final one was openness, and often that's the lead driver of attachment. And so what we were able to see is that if people were more attached to the community that they lived in, that they would engage and help make it a better place. We hope that the study will provide a new way to look at what's unique about their community and optimize the assets that they have that can drive engagement.
In Charlotte, Johnson C. Smith University is using the Soul of the Community study to help encourage the growth of educational resources, along with building a thriving community around the university.
The Soul of the Northwest Corridor serves as the research platform for the university. We are encouraging our faculty to look at each of the domains that attach community people to community so that we can help the community continue to develop its social, human, and economic capital. We want this study to be the groundwork for growing educational opportunities in the corridor, as well as, I've said, the economic opportunities.
I'm involved with the Soul of the Northwest Corridor initiative by attending different neighborhood association meetings to inform the community about the results of the surveys and how they can take these results and put them into play.
To have a redeveloped community around our campus means that this community will be shed in a different light. They do things within their community are not just all about their students, but they also care about the people who live near their campus.
I hope that when we finish this project, the Northwest Corridor will be the place for young, upward mobile families to come to live, to thrive, to open up boutique businesses. We envision the area being the center of jazz, arts and culture. That's what we want the Northwest Corridor to be.
In Detroit, Phillip Cooley has utilized the Soul of the Community study to be the lead driver in the Roosevelt Park Revival, a community project to help revitalize one of Detroit's abandoned neighborhoods.
It's great to provide a kind of roadmap, essentially, for folks like us in Detroit, where we clearly have improvements to make, and it's exciting to have a direction. For me, the major thing with the Roosevelt Park Revival and how it relates to the Soul of the Community is kind of aesthetics, and specifically public space. That's always been our goal, is to get people out of their homes and back into the community again, interacting, communicating, and collaborating. I believe greatly in the principles of the Soul of the Community. As a developer, as a restaurateur, these are all things that we live and breathe. So we knew that we could add landscaping and bike racks and all these sorts of things, and add density where it can be more community-based, and so kind of a triple bottom line city. I think the Soul of the Community findings are a wonderful roadmap. Really excited to see how we can be a piece of the puzzle for the redevelopment of Detroit, and a positive piece, hopefully.
In Miami, the Miami Foundation has launched a project called Engage Miami. It is a website project that tells local residents and visitors the interesting and engaging parts of Miami. Many of their decisions for the website are directly based on the information from the Soul of the Community study.
People's perception of Miami, I think, is pretty accurate, whether you're here in Miami or whether you live somewhere else in the country. People love the fact that it's a very welcoming and open community. And we have lots of arts and culture. Actually, Miami-Dade spends more per capita on arts and culture than anywhere else in the country. So I'm not sure that I personally or that we as the Miami Foundation want that to change. I think we'd like to see that enhanced.
The Miami Foundation is the community foundation for Greater Miami. We manage philanthropic funds. We also serve as an independent convener around matters of public policy and try to inform the community on policy issues and engage them on issues of importance here.
So Engage Miami is the name that we've given to the project that we're working on with the Knight Foundation grant. We've taken the Soul of the Community study and paired it with some administrative data to really see where the Soul study holds water, where what people like is true and where what people like is not true. And we're building out this really cool website with that data. So there'll be some infographics and some videos that tell the story of each of the indicators in the Soul study. Ultimately, I think it's going to make a better, more informed and engaged community across Miami, a more informed, engaged community of donors that we work with here at the Foundation, and it makes our grant making and our policy decisions much more informed and hopefully engaging amongst other constituencies here in the community.
Knowing why people live where they live and what they love about their communities helps leaders understand how to engage them more.
What we hope is that leaders will foster a conversation in their community, will find the assets, and will really optimize the assets so that you can build on the things in your community that drive attachment to it.
We would tell other communities that are thinking about working with the Soul of the Community program that people who are attached to their communities tend to be more engaged, tend to be more productive, and will bring additional growth and prosperity to your communities. We firmly believe that.
So this is really a win-win for higher education, for communities, for businesses.
My hope is that we are kind of more of a socially just and environmentally sound, a long-term sustainable city. This is truly about listening to the needs of your community.
We know that language shapes thought, and so Soul helps to introduce a different language. This idea of engagement is just that, if we all just do something, do our little part every day, turns out our economies can be better.
To find out more about the study and use it to engage and improve your community, visit www.soulofthecommunity.org. To join the discussion on Twitter, use the #SOTC.